I'm Sonia, and with me is Mangalam. Quickly, let's get you a check on the market, and then we have an important corporate lined up in just minutes from now. The market is under pressure. In fact, yesterday's pullback, all of those gains are largely lost. The Nifty is down almost 100 points. The rally failed to sustain, and the market breadth has now weakened substantially, over 1,400 stocks on the declining side. But the auto industry delivered a mixed bag in February. Market leader Maruti saw a nearly 30% fall in exports. I caught up with Shashank Srivastava, the Senior Executive Officer, Marketing and Sales at Maruti, to get a sense of the retail performance, and he was quite cautious. Listen in.
The exports for us for February were also normal. And what dip you see as compared with last year's number, last year number was about 23,000 and 24,000, and 17,000 is the number this year. Now, this drop is largely because of the shipment delay. So in the last week of February, we had some shipments which got delayed, which will be dispatched in the first week of March. And if you compare with the overall yearly numbers, April to February, then exports are quite ahead of last year. Last year's was around 211,000 at this time, and this year it is 229,000. And with the March shipments, I think we should end the year upwards of 2.55 lakh against the 2.38 lakh that we did in the last year.
Okay, so you're going to end the year with a figure of 2.55 lakhs, which is higher than what you saw last year. So you said that in the month of February, it's largely because of the delay in shipments. On an average, on a monthly trajectory, you think you would get back to 24,000 units per month in terms of exports over the next few months?
Yes. So I just gave you the figure 2,55,000 probably at the end of the year. Right now it is at 229,000. So you can guess that the March shipment should be around the 26,000.
Okay, tell us a little bit about the domestic market as well. I mean, it's on a wholesale basis, it's less than a 5% growth that you saw. Now, there is an expectation that because of perhaps the El Nino and the impending weak monsoon, demand could be hit in the rural markets, especially for the entry-level segment, entry-level cars. Is that your forecast as well? And on an average, what kind of growth are you forecasting over the next couple of months?
Yes, so if you look at the passenger vehicles, Maruti Suzuki's domestic sales actually went up 10.4%. We had 147,500 wholesale in this month against 133,900 of last year. So that's about a 10.1% up over last year. In the industry, the total sales were 335,000 against 303,000 last year. I'm talking of wholesale, which is about a 10.6% growth. So overall, I think in terms of wholesale, the month has been very good. In fact, it has been the highest ever February in the industry, so far. So that's actually very positive as far as wholesale is concerned. But on the retail side, though the retails have been lower, retails for February have been around 301,000 against 275,000 last year. So although there also you see a growth of about 9%, but when you compare with wholesale, the number of retail is much lower. And as a result, the stock in the network in the industry has built up. We started off with about 184,000 units. It's gone up to about 218,000 now in the industry, and that's about a 3 weeks inventory. So yes, I do see that there is a sort of a impact building up because of the retail loan rates going up in response to the repo rates, which we have seen tightening since May of last year.
Do you see incremental weakness though? You're saying there is 3 weeks of inventory in the industry right now, and retail sales, at least the growth has been lower than wholesale. Do you think it could get worse before it gets better?
Yes, so I think it's possible. It all depends on which way the economy moves. There are positives, of course. We have seen projection of a economic growth about 6.5% for next year in the budget, and also the infrastructure spendings, which should spur up demand quite a bit. But on the other hand, we have seen the loan rates going up, and we still see the inflation quite sticky, which should really, in economic fundamental terms, should impact the demand negatively. We also see in the rural sales, there are some questions being raised now because of the El Nino factor, whereby you would see an impact on the Kharif sowing and that could also impact the rural demand. So overall, there are some positives and also negative, but on the balance, our view is that it's still quite positive.
So by the end of FY23, what kind of growth are you looking at overall? And moreover, in FY24, if the weakness in demand continues because of higher interest rates, because of inflation pinching pockets, do you think this could be a year, FY24, a year of perhaps single-digit growth for the industry?
Yes. So, if first we talk about your question relating to the current financial year, in the current financial year, we have some very good estimates now of the total volumes that the industry should do. The industry currently at around 3.5 million, and I guess it should end up around 3.87 million in the end of March. That will still be about a 25% growth over last year. This is for this current year. However, going forward, even without the inflation rate and taking into account the monsoon El Nino factor, we had projected that the next year, FY24, the total demand in passenger vehicles would be roughly 4.05 to 4.1 million. That's a 5 to 7% growth. So in any case, we have projected a single-digit growth for the next financial year.
All right, so that is some commentary coming in from the management of Maruti. No respite for the market right now. The sell-off is only accelerating, down 125 points for the Nifty. It's the Nifty Bank which is actually doing badly right now, down 250 points, and the mid-cap index too, while outperforming, down about 1/3%. At the low point, so what we'll do is take a short break, come back, get you more on the markets and individual stocks. Rahul Sharma of Equity 99 Advisors will also join in with some technical strategies.